Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am planning the week of May 23rd through the 29th using the leftovers from this refresh kit from Glam Planner. And this week I'm going to call it a half Franken spread week because I am using one kit but it's not a complete kit. So I did have to pull in very few functional items to make the spread working to kind of get enough stickers for each day. And I really did have to stretch this kit and kind of cut and tweak certain stickers to make it work. So that's kind of why I am going to call it a half Franken spread. But I really like the way it turned out, and I'm really happy that I decided to use the remaining the remaining foil stickers as makeshift quote-unquote half-cut headers, because as you can see in the top left-hand corner, it's just a few half-cut headers followed by a strip, or actually there were two sheets, so a few half-cut headers and then a strip of the bottom washi overlay. But I didn't really like the way the foil would have looked on that bottom washi, especially since only one of the bottom washes would have had the foil, the other one would have been blank, and I just preferred to have it look like I had bougie boxes or like foil background. So that's what I did. But because her kits are not really geared towards bougie boxes, and because I didn't have that much foil, because again it was leftover, I really had to stretch the foil. Like, it barely fit. I had to even use the foil in between the stickers as stickers because I ran out. And the only thing that I don't like about it is the way the weekend banner looks. So if you'll see once we get there, but I just didn't have enough foil to put underneath the weekend banner, since that was a big chunk of straight foil that I needed to use. So there is a random patch of white space, I guess you can call it, in underneath the weekend banner, which kind of, to me, it kind of stands out a little bit. But honestly, there was nothing else I really could have done, because I guess I did have enough of the washi left over I could put under it, but because I used that same pattern as functional labels, I kind of didn't want that pattern to be also used as decorative, if that makes sense. So either way, that's the only thing that I'm kind of about the way the spread turned out. Everything else I think turned out great, and I'm really happy with it, because as you'll see at the end when I show you all the stickers I have left over, I have almost nothing. Every single full box and functional item I more or less used. So I'm really happy about that. Nothing's going to waste, at least in terms of what I like to use and what I need to complete a spread. But everything else I am donating. So I did have leftovers, but honestly, not much at all. So it really shows you that you can make two full spreads out of one really big, in this case, Luxe is the size that I used, kit. And I am happy with, again, the way it turned out, because it does look significantly, I shouldn't say significantly, it does look different from the way that it looked when I first planned. And I can't remember which date I did it and if I had a video for it. It turns out that I did not have a video for it. I just checked my channel, but either way, it looks a little bit different, but you can tell it's the same kit, obviously, but it does have a different look, which is why I kind of like reusing kits, because you can really, depending on how you do it, you can really make two completely different spreads with it. So I'm getting a little bit behind. Let's start with a day by day. So on Monday, again, Monday morning, very typical coffee, YouTube, work. And then we went running on errands. We ran some errands. So that's what I used that big checklist for. And I used the to buy label just to fill up a little bit more space, so I didn't have to use another glitter header, because again, I knew I would be really cutting it close with this. So then we went to the dollar store, Chase, Lowe's, and Walgreens. And I'll mention, if you've been watching me before, you already know this, but I hate my handwriting, and that's why I make my own script stickers. And the ones that I kind of use on a weekly, monthly, routinely, I guess, basis, I kind of pre-make that I can just use right away as I'm planning. But the ones that are kind of more or less, I don't use that often, or they're pretty unique to that week, I make at the end, and I'll show you what everything looks like at the very end with all of the scripts. So that's why you only see Walgreens there and not the other places we went to. So just wanted to call that out. And then when we got back, we baked some cookies. I watched the Kardashians, and then we watched Hope Floats. as a movie to end the evening. Moving on to Tuesday, we had Starbucks in the morning, went to Michael's, and then I had a meeting with my advisor. And then I put in the full box, which, again, you'll notice, I think I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I had 7 full boxes, which means that one day wouldn't get a full box, and that just happened to be Monday. But because we went on a lot of errands, I was able to use a full box size sticker to kind of replace that and make it look like a full day. So anyway, Monday's the only day without a full box, but I put the full box in on Tuesday, and you'll see that the rest of the week. And then once I finished my meeting, I read a little bit, went to trivia like we usually do every Tuesday, and then I worked on a puzzle in the evening. Moving on to Wednesday, I started the day with a budget, with filling out the budget. So, because this is the end of the month, on the 25th is the day that Colton, my fiance, gets paid. So I most likely just got his paycheck amount so that I know how much our income is for the following month, because what we make one month is what our income counts as for the following month. That's kind of just how we do our budget, and it works for us. So I did that. Not quite finalized it because, we did finalize it because I knew how much I would get. My raise didn't take effect into this month yet, and then I cleaned a little bit, worked on a puzzle, did some filming, and then went for a swim. So I think I've mentioned before that we have a pool in our backyard. It's by no means big enough to do laps, but there is like an umbrella in it, and I've recently bought this like swimming bungee cord. It's for resistance training, but because that's really the only way I can swim in place, because the pool isn't enough to do laps, that's the only way I can swim. So that's what I use it for. I mean, obviously I do get the benefit of having the resistance, but I don't do it for resistance, if that makes sense. And then I did a little bit of planning and finished the evening with watching The Kardashians. It's kind of my guilty pleasure. I know people have strong opinions for some reason about The Kardashians. I don't mind it. I like watching the TV show. Like I said, I don't really watch any reality TV for that matter, but it's just nice to just watch some trash. I don't know. Like not saying that they are trash. I'm just saying that reality TV somewhat is a little trashy. But anyway, guilty pleasure. I like it. Anyway, moving on to Thursday, I had Fish Lab coffee break, which is just like a hangout session with some other people one other person from my lab at school. Watched the Kardashians at that point, or afterwards. Again, went swimming again, and then did some laundry, did the puzzle again. At this point, I forgot what puzzle I was working on. I think it was a jellyfish one, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't recall exactly. And then I read in the evening, as I usually do. And this might be a good place to mention, if you have any questions on where any of the stickers came from, please let me know in the comments down below, preferably with a timestamp. Just know that the vast majority of the functional stickers came from the kit. There's only like 1 or 2 actually only 1 that I'm seeing right now on Sunday that I had to use to fill in that I didn't have a sticker from the kit, but pretty much every other functional sticker is from the kit, but the icons and the doodles and the character stickers are all from different shops. So if you are not sure where anything came from, please let me know down below and I will do the best that I can to answer it. So moving on to Friday, I did a little bit of planning in the morning. I also worked, and I like to mention, I don't always mark when I work. That's kind of like a filler that I use if I know that I didn't really do that much that day, or something along those lines. So if you don't see work on a weekday, it doesn't mean I didn't work. I just want to call that out. I don't mark everything that I do in the day, but I kind of pick and choose what I did, and especially if one event or something took like extra long, chances are that I didn't really do much else, so just calling that out there. I totally forgot Friday. And then I had a meeting with my advisor. See, here is where I'm cutting all of the extra glitter labels, because you see how thin that is. That was the space in between 2 of the half cut headers, just because, like I said, I knew I was running out of space, and so I just cut it. So I just wanted to call that out. But anyway, met with my advisor, And then I watched New Girl. Well, actually, that's when Colton got home, because that's the show that both Colton and I are watching together. Designed some stickers, and then I did a little bit of crafting, which most likely is just scrapbooking, or it could have been something else, because at this point, it was before I went to a bachelorette party, and I made a lot of the like party favors and the shirts that we wore and stuff like that, so it could have been, for all I know, it could have been that. And then I read in the evening. Again, that is pretty much what I do every evening. Like, once I get in bed, it's a way that I kind of wind down a little bit. So I did that. And then moving on to Saturday, I did some YouTube in the morning. We went to Subway for lunch. I filmed a little bit, did some editing, and then we watched Snow White. And what we're doing, me, Colton, and his mom are going through all of the Disney animated feature films, and we're watching them in order of when they were made. So actually, I think Snow White is the first one. So this must be when we started, because I think Snow White is the first one, and then maybe Fantasia was the first one, and then Snow White. I can't remember. I am completely blanking right now. No, Snow White was definitely the first Disney movie. So this is when we started, and we are obviously still doing it, because there's like, 80 years worth of movies to watch. So this is when we started, and I'm so excited to finally be able to use my Disney character stickers, even though the Snow White one does not fit this color scheme at all. But I still wanted to use it, because honestly, I didn't really know when else I would be able to. So I used that. And then Christina and I also watched Mystery 101, which is a Hallmark movie on Amazon. So we watched that. And then it was okay. But I mean, I guess we enjoyed it. But anyway, moving on to Sunday, I did a little bit of editing, and then my family has a book club where we meet once a month, and we just, rotate who chooses the book, like most book clubs. And then right after that, I Skyped my parents like I do every week. And then I did a little bit of planning, which I like to do on Sundays, is to kind of wrap up the week as well as to prepare for the following week. And then I did a little bit of wedding planning. So Colton and I have decided that mainly every Saturday, if we have time, to do just one or even a few tasks related to the wedding. We just recently got engaged, so it's not really planning, more of like pre-planning type stuff, but so far we've been pretty good about doing at least one small thing every week. This time it just happened to be on a Sunday. And then I did some laundry, and then I finally finished out the day by working a little bit. I try not to work on the weekends. So if you're not familiar, I use work and school interchangeably since I'm a grad student. And I try not to work on the weekends just to have that balance, but this week I think I just needed to. And as you can see here, I am running extremely low on those glitter header things, so I had to I literally cut out everything I possibly could that had foil on it to make it fill the spread, which is crazy. But anyway, so you'll soon see what the final spread looked like, what stickers I had left, which again is like barely anything. And then I'll show you what the final spread looks like with all the text and everything filled in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.